In the past couple of months of building my marketing agency, I figured out a way to automate almost 80% of the entire workload on the front and on the back end of my business. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the exact automations utilizing AI that I've been using to predictably book more appointments, fulfill for clients, and streamline all of my operations as an online business owner. Let's hop straight into it. So as you guys can tell here on the screen, I have a cold email agency. We use instantly to send out outbound messages for software companies, B2B companies, agencies, things like that. Okay. Now, we have the onboarding process dialed in. We have the outreach process automated and dialed in. We have reporting automated and dialed in. This works for any model. You might be hesitant about how you can utilize AI and plug and play it into your business. And obviously, this works with your pay per call. So you charge customers, some sort of a fee, whether it's $100 or $20 per call you book them as an agency. Maybe you have a retainer, that's your model, or any other recurring model. This can work for you. So firstly, onboarding. Whenever a customer submits an onboarding form here on Google Forms, what we have ChatGPT take a look at it, and we have it essentially analyze it, okay? And so this is what it looks like. It comes out as the ICP analysis automation. We send an automation to the CMR team channel on Slack, which I'll show you guys here in a second, and it collects data from Google Form. Okay, when a client fills it out, it shows the exact ICP, B2B SaaS, mid-market, top 3 pain points for outreach. Obviously, they have low lead quality. It tells you the cold email subject lines that work well for these. These are all templated using Gemini, opening hooks, value prop, cold email. If you guys want everything automated, an exact step-by-step process as to how you can use outreach and automate and systemize your business, I have a type form down below where you can plug and play the system and you get everything in here. Okay, so the type form, you can fill it out. So it's the link or in anything down below. It'll be down below. We have opening hooks, value prop for the email copy, client type recommendations, and why this approach works. So we're using Gemini to send to my team, 6 of my team members are in here, about what exactly we need to do on behalf of this customer and how we can create the most effective cold outreach campaign for them. Because at the end of the day, I want to be able to utilize AI as much as possible and basically streamline this agency as a cash flow business. I don't want to be an agency owner for the rest of my life. I want to be able to build and operate a sustainable business that I know generates me daily revenue and that I don't have to worry about. Okay. I don't want to chase high ticket closes every single day. I want to have peace. I want to have profit. I want to have the ability to obviously make a lot of money, but very predictably. So that's the first automation that we have. It's the ICP analysis automation. You think this might not be helpful, but in reality, this is probably one of the most helpful automations because literally some customers, we have zero clue what space they're in because we help any B2B company, whether they're a marketing agency, software company, fintech, insurance, no matter what space they're in, even in person. This gives us a really good understanding of what they're filling out in the form. And it sort of dumbs it down, at least for me, because I'm having trouble understanding everything, to a level where I can fully understand it. The next automation is the client. Actually, we're not going to hop on that one just yet. That was onboarding. So we can go over here and we can just have this green, okay? So I showed you guys this. That's the onboarding. Outreach is the most important part of a cold email agency or a marketing agency as a whole. Outreach, paid ads, whatever you do as a marketing agency owner, whether you're an agency owner or not, whatever you do to fulfill for the customers is the most important part of your business. This is lead list building, ICP analysis, which is what I just showed you, warm up email accounts, AI cold email, templates sending. Okay. So this is an extremely important couple part automation. Now, what AI is going to do for us down here, as you can tell, the goals for this are to automatically generate cold email sequences from the existing ICP analysis that AI gives us in the Slack channel, as I have showed you guys before. Okay. We want to create a campaign and instantly, which is what we use for our customers, schedule out emails, monitor performance without manual setup. My current situation is I click customer workspace. I source 1,000 leads on LinkedIn Sales Navigator per customer for each campaign. I then verify those leads in a CSV file and find email. I upload that into Instantly. I add the copy that's proven to convert. I create email sequences, 3 of them approximately, to have follow-ups and things like that. But then I have to manually do this 3 times per week for each customer. This needs to get automated. That's my current situation. And this, again, is one of probably the 5 core automations that automate 80% of the business. Now, this is still in the works because there's a lot of complex solutions, and we're obviously tweaking this automation as we go. Thankfully, Hamesh, shout out Hamesh if you're watching this video. He's been doing a spectacular job automating the business. He's helped me out with the weekly reports and everything like that. You're a fucking G, dude. He's a hustler, okay? He built this guy. If you guys want to know info about him, he's on the footer of my website. It will say created by Himesh, and you can click on him and hit him up on Twitter, hit him up on X if you need a website, if you need this automation done. He's really good at this type of stuff, so you can hire him as well. So this is something that we are currently doing. Now, the cold email machine, it gets complicated. This is extremely hard because you have to automate this portion of the business, which is constantly being changed. Like outreach is something that is constantly being tweaked and developed as we fulfill for our customers. And so we have to keep AI up on it, because if we don't, then our copy starts to get worse. The market gets used to what we're saying. The next thing you know, this thing can make 100 email copy templates for our customers, but if they don't convert to both calls, it's really a waste of AI, and it's a waste of the entire automation. It doesn't work. So we need to create an AI that's able to construct winning cold email copy and sequences with 5% plus positive response rates for any B2B business, no matter what niche they're in. That way, we're not having to waste hours with custom creation of messaging for each customer that we sign. Now, I've talked to a lot of $100,000 a month agency owners, and they all tell me the same thing. They say, Patrick, you need to get out of the day-to-day fulfillment for your customers, and you want to stop creating custom solutions for each client you sign. And the reason being is because each custom solution for a client that you sign will take like 2 hours of manual work for the ICP than creating a campaign. You do that times 10 customers, that's 20 hours. That is way too much work, especially if you're launching multiple campaigns every month for each client. That is way too much time on your to be dealt with on your behalf. This has to be automated. A prompt we tell the AI to is it tells the exact LinkedIn Sales Nav filters. So we literally tell Gemini, tell me the exact LinkedIn Sales Navigator filters that I need to use to generate TAM, which is total addressable market, of 1,000 for my customers, and exactly the types of lead filters I need for those campaigns. So the only manual effort we want to do here is just plugging the filters in LinkedIn Sales Nav and exporting the leads. It needs to be as simple as a click of a button. In other words, they're onboarded, okay? That's completely done with the onboarding form. Zapier sends me and my head of fulfillment an email whenever a customer is onboarded. So we get the emailing form, so we get it on Gmail to head of fulfillment, and then outreach. So we want to be able to construct this so then I can just go in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, head of fulfillment can go into LinkedIn Sales Navigator and click on lead filters and then immediately start scraping the leads. This is the last thing, and this is important as well. Happy customers want to do business with you. In order to make your customers happy, you have to fulfill the promises that you promised when you first signed them. If you don't do this, no one's going to want to do business with you. So AI reporting is a very great way that we have to be able to profitably keep our customers. So let me show you guys here what we have going on. In our CMR team email, I'll click on any one of the random reports and we can see, go down here to sent. Let's just click on a random one, weekly campaign analytics. We send each customer weekly campaign analytics. Again, we're using AI and Zapier and all this stuff I have for you guys too. I can show you guys how to do it. You guys click on the link below. Now, it tells us an executive summary of what happens and what we need to optimize for. It gives us key campaign performance metrics: email sent, open rate, reply rate, positive replies, booked meetings, reply to meeting conversion. This gives us a KPI and it tells us what we need to do. So it's really telling us the overall open rate is critically low. Okay, this is like a sample test email. You guys get the point though. Reply rate is 0.2%, very low compared to industry benchmarks. It tells us industry benchmarks. It tells us what we should be aiming for. And it tells us what we need to do for next week. Immediate investigation of open rate. It tells us prioritize the open rate. This could be a technical issue with tracking. This could be a spam issue, or this could be an email. This could be a copy issue. Optimize the subject line. Optimize content and offer. Target audience review. Make sure these leads are the amount of leads that, or make sure these leads are qualified, basically. So this is sent out to every single one of my customers. It's called a weekly campaign analysis, and it's obviously by a CMRR. And this is kind of our data that we have. This is our IP. So these three things, obviously, this is what needs to be worked on the most. And I would say if these three automations were to have a color, this one would have yellow because it's obviously caution. We're still working on this. And the green is it's done. There's no more optimizing this. I mean, yes, we can throw in some better metrics and have some better AI that summarizes and can write it more human, but that doesn't have to happen. The onboarding is already filled. So this is really what we're focusing now on. It's building a system for each of our customers where we can have the perfect emails that are sent to book them calls. Other than that, I'm just working on higher level tasks to be able to sign on more customers in terms of acquisition. And that's all I have to do. The fulfillment and operations side of CMRR is being automated as we speak, which is what I really like. Again, if you want to build an outreach system, specifically a cold outreach system, you sell B2B and you sell to businesses that have a larger ticket size. They sell like a couple $1,000 products or whatever it is. You want to get in front of a decision maker hyper targeted. Instead of paying thousands of dollars with meta ads, you want to preferably just get in front of the decision makers without having to pay money to filter through all the fluff. If you want that stuff, you can fill out the link right down below. It's a tight form. It's in any one of my videos. I'll show you what it looks like. It's literally just, if you want to install my system, you can see how it works, and then I'll reach out to you if it makes sense. But it's literally just a form you fill out where you install it. I ask a couple questions. Then worst case scenario, it can't fit in your business. You can keep watching these videos for free and getting some game. But this system is a complete game changer. These automations are a complete game changer. And I wish I knew this sooner. Hope this video helped and show you guys more of the operational side of how I'm running my business and how I plan on scaling it over these next couple months. If you're not implementing AI, you are getting lost and you're left behind. This place, AI is maturing very quickly. And I want to take full advantage of it. So if that's the end of the video, let me know what you guys thought down below in the comment section. I'll see you guys later. Peace.